Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Dinma. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. So guys, I am back. It's been like months since I sat down to chat with you guys. It's been months and I really missed you guys. But I am back now and I decided to, come back with a bang. Can you guys see this look? Like, yeah. And the palette I used for this look, if I tell you guys about this palette, you would not believe a word I'll say. Like, you will not believe it. First of all, this palette I got from AliExpress. I ordered quite a few things from AliExpress. Also, this lash pair, quite a few things I ordered from AliExpress. Now this palette took my breath away. Not when I first saw it on the website. No. When I searched on the website, I was just like, I just want to try something new palette. Now when we think of drugstore with quality, we think of Morphe, Maybelline, Milani, Pixie, Elf, Boxy, all of that jazz. Those are the drugstore brands that comes to our mind that has good quality products, especially when it comes to shadows. So those are the brands that come to mind. But this brand I've never heard of or seen any of their products before. I've never heard of this product before. I've never seen the product before. But I don't know, my instinct was like, oh, let me pick this up, and it was very cheap. Like cheap to a fault, like cheap to the point where you're like, this is going to be trash. But then it turned out to be a very, very good quality product. The pigmentation of this palette is insane. Like this palette is so soft and buttery, like it's like butter. Can you guys see it? Can you see the pigments? It's like so soft and it's like butter. This palette, I was not expecting it to be this pigmented. Like, let me do some swatches for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I wasn't expecting this palette to be this pigmented. Can you guys see? The mattes in this palette are so soft. Like when I say a shimmer shadows that are soft, I'm like, yeah, it's shimmer, but matte. You guys can see my fingers already made some dent in the pan. I don't know if you guys can see my fingerprint in the pan. That's how soft it is. If I press too hard, I'm going to have a lot of kickbacks in the pan. So I just like go in once. You can see it already kickback here in this pan. I don't know if you guys can see it. Also here, like the shadows in this palette are insane. For the price I got it, I wasn't expecting this much pigmentation, this quality. You guys will see how it blended on my eyes. Like it was like a dream. There was no stress whatsoever. Like the mattes were blended into each other, like they were meant for each other. Like they were just fusing together. Like it made my work so easy and fast, and I love this palette. I would definitely recommend it. In fact, I'm going to leave the link to the website where I got this. I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you guys can check it out, because for the price, the quality we get, I don't have any bad things to say about this palette. Only that one shadow, which is this blue shadow right here, this one, yeah, it flopped. Like it's a bit chalky compared to the rest of the shadows in the palette. It's a bit chalky and not that pigmented, and it looked like a shadow that's going to stain the eyes. Yeah, it looked like that. So this palette, guys, definitely check it out. I've never heard of this brand before. I've not used any products from them before. This is my first time trying it. Gaulflower Cosmetics, that's a great color eyeshadow palette. This is my first time trying out this palette, and if I can get my hands on it again, I'm going to go to the website again to check for it. I'll be doing a giveaway this December, which is next month, so I'm just going to try to get the shadow and incorporate it in the giveaway I'm going to do, because this shadow, I want you guys to try it out and see how amazing it is. When you guys are going to see it in the video, you're going to see how amazing it is. And I think I've been talking too much now. Enough of the rambling. If you guys want to see our channels look, then please stick around and keep on watching. But before we go, you already know what I'm about to say. Subscribe to my channel. I don't know what you've been waiting for. You keep coming back to see my face, so why not subscribe, and so you'll be the first person to get notified every time I upload a new video. Why not subscribe? Why? I'll be very grateful if you subscribe and join the family. And when you subscribe, do not forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And let's jump into the tutorial. Roll the intro. Okay guys, so for this video, first we're going to do our eyeshadow look. Normally I like doing my brows before I do my shadow look, but for this video, I don't know, for some reason I just wanted to do my eyes first. But I'm going to carve out my brows using the concealer. My brows are not yet done though, so I'm just like concealing underneath my brows. So when I go in later on in the video to do my brows, it's going to be sharp and concealed, and everything is just going to be neat. So I'm using the Elegant Pro concealer in the shade Cool Tongue, which is like 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. This is what I always use to conceal my brows. Yeah. So for our eyeshadow base, I'm using the same Elegant Pro concealer, but this is in another shade which I cannot remember off the top of my head. I don't remember. I'm so sorry guys, but this is okay. Yes, this is their yellow corrector. Yeah. But for some reason it was so bright, it appeared yellow to like in real life, but it was really bright, and I loved it as an eyeshadow base. Like, it was amazing. So I'm just going to buff that out using a concealer brush from Anmore Cosmetics, which I got from AliExpress. I love their brushes, guys. I love those brushes. I've been using them every single time I do my makeup ever since I got them. Like, this brush in particular for blending out your concealers, it's amazing, trust me. So I'm just going to blend that out and make sure I have a smooth and even canvas to work with. I'm not going to be setting my base or anything. I don't set my base. I go in with the shadows like that, so that my base is a little bit tacky, so the shadows can stick to it properly. So I don't set my base at all. So I'm going to this palette from gaulflower. I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is a 28 color eyeshadow palette, and this palette is amazing. It's freaking gorgeous. Pigmentation check, quality, everything is so perfect about this palette. So I'm going into that nice deep red shade. It's like a berry shade. I don't know what to call it. So I'm doing into that shade. I'm packing it into my crease. Then the next shade I'll be going into is a burnt orange shade, also from the palette. I'm going to use that to blend out the deep red shade we first applied. And when I tell you that these colors blend like a dream, they do blend like a dream, because both colors just blended into one. It didn't stress me out or anything. Like, they just blended so easily, and I was very happy with it. So I'm just going to use that shade to blend out the red using another brush from Anmore Cosmetics. I'm going to leave the name of all the brushes I used in the description box according to our this is where I dropped my powder palette, guys, and that's why I made that face, because the white powder, the translucent one, got broken, like it got shattered. So that was why I made that face. So I'm just going to use the translucent powder, that one in particular, to set my brow bone area, because I want the last shade we're going to apply in that area to blend smoothly. I don't want it to be too sticky around there, because that's my brow bone area. I don't want anything like that. I want it to be smooth. So I'm just going to set it before I go in with the last shade. So I'm going into the mustardy. This color is not like a bright yellow, it's just like a mustardy type of yellow. So I'm just going to use that to blend everything. Now this is like our transition color. I'm just going to use it to blend out the edge of that orange, and blend it upwards into my brow tail. Yeah. And guys, can you see my brows? Like, I think I really did a good job this time around while carving my brows, because they look freaking amazing, even without me filling them in or grooming them or anything. Just my natural brows like that. It looks sharp and, on point. I think I did a good job this time around. Yeah. So now I'm just going to clean off our lid space using some micellar water from Cosmetics and a cotton tip. I'm going to use that to clean our lid, because we're going to do a cut crease. So I don't want the concealer I'm going to use to mix in with the eyeshadows, because those eyeshadows are pigmented, so it might change the color of the concealer. Apart from that, it's just that I don't want to keep layering product upon product upon product upon product. So I just want a clean canvas to work with. So that's why I went in with the micellar water. I'm going to use that same yellow corrector shade from Elegant Pro Concealer to carve out to cut a crease. Yeah, to cut our crease. And this brush I'm using is from Real Techniques, and I can't remember the name of this brush, but it's from Real Techniques, and it's freaking amazing. Like, this is my holy grail when it comes to cutting the crease, concealing the brows, yeah, all those tiny details. This is the brush for it. It's perfect. So I'm just going to make sure everything is smooth and nice before we go in with our lid shade. For a lid, I'm going in with a kind of a gold, it's like a yellow gold, yeah, a yellow gold shade. It's a shimmer shade, so I'll be going in with that on our lid. Now, I didn't wet my brush or anything. I just went straight in with the shadow itself. I didn't wet my brush. I was going to wet it, but this palette is already pigmented on its own. But I was going to wet it, but then I knew I was going to add glitter on top of it. So I'm like, why wet your brush when you're going to cover the shadows with glitter? So that's why I didn't wet my brush. If I was going to wear the shimmer shadow on its own like that, I would have wet my brush, so the shadow will have a lot of payoff. Yeah, but since I was going to add glitters, I didn't bother wetting my brush. So I'm not going to pack this right on the center of my lid. Then for my inner corner, I'm going with a lighter champagne gold, kind of color, also shimmer shade, and I'm going to apply that in my inner corner. For glitter, I am so sorry, guys. This is not actually eye glitter. This is a nail decorator. Sometimes I do my nails at home myself. Yeah, I'm talented when it comes to that. So this is a nail decorator. I use this for my nails, but then I love the shade of this glitter. I have glitters for eyes, yeah, but I love this particular one. I love the shade. It was just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I really loved it, and I thought it would give the look an edge, so I decided to go with it. By all means, do not do that. Make sure you get an eye glitter. Don't do that. It's not hygienic at all, but you know me, nothing hurts me. So for wing liner, I'm using a brand. I don't know how to pronounce it. You know what? I'm just going to leave the name in the description box because I don't want to bite off my tongue while trying to pronounce the name of this brand. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to leave the name in the description box, so make sure you check it out. But I know it's a drugstore highlight. I got it from AliExpress. Also, I quite a lot of things from AliExpress, and I'm really happy with all of them. Yeah, so this liner was very, 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 very black, that I can say for sure, and it was easy to work with. Like, the tip of this liner is super good and tiny, and it was easy for me to work with. So for lash, I also got the lash from AliExpress. What is the name of this lash brand? I don't know, but it's just basically from AliExpress. I'm going to leave the link in the description box, so if you want to check it out, you can do that. So I'm just going to use that lash. For me, this lash is not something I would gravitate towards because it's kind of natural, and the band of the lash was too stiff. I don't think I will ever use this lash again because the band of this lash was too stiff. I couldn't bend it to fit my eyes properly. That's why when I look up, you can see some gaps. You can see my flesh. You can see, some gaps between my own natural lash and the false lashes. So the band of the lash was too stiff, so I don't think I'll ever use it again. So for primer, I used the makeup mix, the makeup prep and sets from Kiss Beauty. I've been loving it as my primer lately. I don't think that it's not a primer, but it's just like a prep before makeup, so I love it. It's hydrating, and when it goes into my skin, it has like kind of a stickiness to it. I don't know how to explain it, so I like to use it before I apply my foundation. So for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay in, is it truffle? Yeah, in truffle. Then I added a pump of the Elegel matte foundation in caramel. So yeah, 2 pumps of truffle and 1 pump of caramel. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face using a brush from ABH, and after that we're going to buff it in with a beauty blender. Yeah, and I think this really matches my skin well because normally I go in with 2 pumps of caramel. I'm going with 2 pumps of caramel and 2 pumps of truffle, and it appears too dark, but this actually fits perfectly. So I sprayed my face one more time, and I'm just going to use the beauty blender to push everything in and make sure they are one. Okay, so for concealer, we're using the Elegant Pro Concealer in Cotton. I have the Maybelline one, Age Rewind. I have the Colourpop. I have quite a few concealers which I use off camera, but I don't know, for some reason when I'm doing my makeup on camera, I keep going back to Elegant. I don't know why. I just love it. So I'm just going to apply the concealer on the eye points of my face, which is basically underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, cupid's bow, and my chin. And today we are going in with a cream contour, and I'm using the Jordanna foundation. I don't remember which shade that is, but just know it is dark and rich. So I'm going to apply that in all the places I want to create shadows. Yeah. And I'm first going to blend out my contour so that it will give my concealer some time to sit, and when I leave my concealer to sit for a few minutes, the coverage it increases the coverage of the concealer. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave it to sit for a minute while I blend out my contour. Can you guys see how that shade is blending? Can you see? Like, it's blending out so beautifully and so easy. And now I'm going to go back into my beauty blender to blend out our concealer. I like to start from my cupid's bow to my chin to my forehead before I get to my eyes. You know, I want the most coverage underneath my eyes, so I blend out that part last. For my nose contour, I'm going in with a smaller brush. This is like a slanted brush. This is very perfect when it comes to nose contouring. I am so happy I met this brush. Like, it's like one of the best things that's ever happened to me in terms of makeup. This brush is perfect when it comes to nose blend. Like, it's so precise and it gets into like those tiny corners. So I'm just going to use that to blend out the nose contour. Then I'm going to apply just a tiny bit of that yellow corrector because it's super bright. When I say bright, you guys can see it on camera. It's very bright. I'm just going to add this underneath my eyes and just the bridge of my nose because those are the places I want to be the brightest. And to blend out the contour on my nose, I'm using a brush also to do that. The brush I used to blend out our eyeshadow base. So I'm going to use that brush to blend out the nose contour. So I have a precise blending. Yeah. I'm also going to use it to blend out the light concealer underneath my eyes because I want much more fuller coverage. If I were to go in with a beauty blender, it might soak up the products. So I want a fuller coverage, and I want, basically I just want the concealer to be where it is. I don't want a beauty blender to come and soak up all the products. Yeah. Okay, now to set in our concealer, I'm going to use the Sacha buttercup, and the reason why I'm going in with a brush first because I want to go in light and first, because if I were to go in with a beauty blender, it's going to be like excess powders. So I just want to take the brush and just little powder at a time just to set it in first, and you see later I'll go in with a beauty blender to set it. Yeah, so first I'm using the brush to just sweep the powder underneath my eyes and make sure everything is flawless. Then I'll go over it with my beauty blender. set the rest of my face, I'm going with the new powder I just got from Zaron. This is their mattifying powder, and I got the shade ZZ25. So I'm just going to use that on my damn beauty blender to set the rest of my face. Okay, now back to the eyes. I'm going to use the first shade we applied on our crease. I'm going to use the flat detailer brush to apply that to our lower lash line. I already tight lined my eye using a black cold pencil. So I'm just applying the dark red shade below our waterline, that means our lash line. Yeah, and to blend, I'm going to blend that out with the burnt orange shade. Basically all the shades we applied to the top of our lid, we're going to apply it to our lower lash line. So lastly, it's the yellow color, the mustard yellow color. I'm going to use that to blend everything out and make sure we have a seamless blend. Yeah. I'm taking the black liquid line. I'm just creating a feline effect in the inner corner. And dusting away every powder in our bake. I forgot to tell you guys that I did my brows off camera before I came to finish my eyes. So I did my brows off I can't talk. So I did my brows off camera and I baked off camera. So now I'm just sweeping away every excess powder and the baking. So I'm using the Bobbi Brown powder brush, I think. Now to spray my face and to make sure every powder is melted into the skin and everything is fusing together, I'm using the Kiss Beauty makeup prep and sets. I love this so much, so that's what I'm using. And now I'm going to do my birth thinning. You know, I have a birthmark there at the side of my nose, so I'm just going to emphasize it more so you guys can see it, because the foundation covered it and I want you guys to see it, so I'm going to emphasize it more. Now I'm applying mascara to my bottom lash, and I'm using the skinny mascara from, this is a Chinese brand and I can't pronounce the name, sorry. So this is a skinny mascara. There are many skinny mascaras in the market, so just get one that you love. So that's what I'm doing. If I want to go in with the mascara that I will use for my top lash and my bottom lash, it's going to be a disaster. Did I just make any sense? I think so. I think you get the gist. So I don't use the mascara I use for my top lash for my bottom lash. I don't do that. So I use a skinny mascara for my bottom lash, and sometimes I even use a skinny one for my top lash. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. Yeah. So now I'm applying blush, and I'm not using a blush like a real blush. I'm using an eyeshadow, the burnt orange. Yeah, the one we applied on our eyes. That's what I'm using as blush, because I want the eyes to tie with my cheek and my lips. You guys are going to see my lips in a minute. Oh, you already saw it from the intro. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I just want my eyes, my cheek, and my lips to tie in together. I want it to be like one color family.
yeah, something like that. So for highlights, I'm using the Morphe 902G palette. I'm using the first shade there in the palette, and the brush I'm using to apply it is from Reed Techniques, and this is their setting brush. Whew, that was a lot to say. So I didn't want a very beaming highlight, so I just went a little bit subtle. I didn't add too much of it, so yeah.
Okay guys, I am back, and what better way to add a head wrap? I wasn't going to wear a head wrap before. I was thinking of wearing a wig, but then I changed my mind. I don't really have the strength to start styling a wig, so I just threw on a head wrap and I like it. So we've come to the end of the video of the tutorial. Can you guys see my wing liner? That thing is sharp enough to cut a bitch. I'm sorry. Everything is so on point. The shadow performed so beautiful. Like, you guys saw how it applied. You already know, we saw everything. The blended like a dream. Like, the palette, I think I said enough about the palette. It was so beautiful. The only thing, well, I liked everything I used. Even the zaron, I got a new compact powder from zaron. This is the zaron mattifying powder with SPF 30, and this is in the shade ZZ25. So I really love the powder. It's matte but not dry. So it's matte because the oils, there is no oil on my face, and it's been like 2 hours since I finished my makeup, but still you can see I'm not shiny or anything. There is no oil. So I think this powder is very good. I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to leave their the link to their Instagram and down in the description box, so you guys can go check out their product. The only product I've used from zaron is their brush and this powder itself. So I would definitely recommend this powder because it's amazing. It's an amazing powder here. So I loved it and I'll keep using it. So the lash is also a new pair of lashes. You guys can see it. They are kind of natural compared to what I normally use. You guys know me. When it comes to lashes, I go all out like this. You can see how long this is compared to what I have on right now. So I really like it. It's cool, it's nice. You know, the eyes are already speaking for themselves with the glitters going on and the bold wing liner. So I think the lashes is okay, so that you can see when I raise my eyes up, you can still see what's going on my eyelids. So for lips, I know I couldn't find the clip. I just checked my my card and I could not find the clip where I did my lips. So I'm just going to show you guys what I used. So I used the what's this? This is the NARS Matte Don't Rub Off Lip Gloss, and this is the shade Leslie. So this is what I used on my lips. Pretty sure this is what I used.
A few moments later.
I didn't use Leslie, I'm sorry. I was showing you guys the no. This is what I used. Also from NARS Matte Don't Rub Off, but in the shade Jane. Not Leslie, Jane. So that's what I used, and a brown lip liner that I can't. So this completes the makeup tutorial for today. I have a lot of fun videos in store for you guys, but I just haven't had the time to edit. I have about 3 videos that I have not been able to edit. Like I have filmed 3 separate videos, but I have not had the time to edit them. But I'm going to try as much as I can and keep spitting. Right. I'm going to try as much as I can to make sure I edit them this week and upload for you guys so you guys can watch. But this video will be going up next week. Yeah, so I have everything planned out, so you guys are going to see a lot of fun videos and all of that. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, because that's where I do all of my updates and everything. Because the 3 videos I'm talking about, I've already did a mini tutorial and uploaded them to my Instagram page, but I have not uploaded it on my YouTube channel yet. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I already uploaded about 2 looks that I have not uploaded yet on YouTube. So that's it. So follow me on Instagram so you get to see every update, every tiny teensy update. You get to see it. So that's it for this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned a thing or 2, if you know you're going to come back for more, then do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Alright, also guys, don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. It's at Dinma Coco on Twitter, Snapchat, and it's at Dinma_Coco on Instagram. Yeah, I got it right this time. Yeah, so follow me on all social media platforms. I will be grateful when you follow me. I follow back immediately. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning to my channel today, and also stick around so you can see more videos from me, because you don't want to miss what I have in store for you guys. And I will see you guys in my next video.